words. How important are words to you? Those of you on your smartphone, how important are words right now? When we lose the ability to see words clearly, we become handicapped. This is presbyopia. This is what happens to our world. And when a cataract forms, it takes away the rest of our visual world. Now, we all know this, and we have collectively, as an industry, created hundreds of technologies to address these issues. However, to date, the solutions that are available are really all based on the same theme. We at AcuFocus believe that it's time to think and to act differently if we're going to achieve a different outcome for our patients. And our solution is small aperture optics. The challenge of the presbyope, as well as the monofocal IOL patient, is that vision is really only clear at one focal point and nowhere else. Now, we've taken individual focal points and married them together in bifocal and trifocal solutions. However, gaps in vision still persist throughout those points, and now we've introduced problems like glare and halo. By contrast, with the small aperture, we take that clear single focal point and we transform it into a clear extended range of vision that provides patients with not only excellent distance and intermediate vision, it provides them with good near vision. In terms of quality, we also provide great quality of vision across that same visual spectrum. We've applied this method of action into two different platforms. First is our KAMRA Inlay for presbyopia, and second is for the IC8 for cataract patients. The KAMRA Inlay was the first corneal inlay to be cleared by the FDA for the United States. And in the 2 years since that time, we've executed a controlled release and are approaching 5,000 procedures in the United States. Now, this translates into $25 million of revenue for the surgeons who are implanting the inlay in their practice, as well as an additional $25 million in collateral revenue from patients who ended up not being candidates for KAMRA, but came to the practice as a result of KAMRA inlay marketing. So surgeons that are working with the inlay are finding it to be really a practice builder for them. And when we talk to surgeons that are having the most success with the inlay, we find that it really comes down to one success factor, and that is everybody in the practice has got to believe that the inlay is their go-to procedure for presbyopia. Now, not every practice is there yet, so what we've done this year is we've changed our strategy. So we are now going deep with our current accounts as opposed to broad with bringing on new accounts. So for example, at the end of 2016, we adjusted our field team and we brought on a group of clinical specialists to work with our accounts in the field to help them to optimize their inlay experience. When it comes to commercial outcomes, we see they continue to mirror the results we achieved in our clinical trial. Distance vision is maintained and near vision is improved. And when we look at the market awareness, this is something that we're watching closely because this is truly what's going to be the game changer in terms of driving adoption for the inlay. And one of the signals that we've had recently that's been extremely encouraging is that we're seeing that patients are now more actively engaged with searching the term presbyopia. When we look at Google keyword search activity in the last 12 months, for example, the searches for that term alone have increased significantly and are nearly double that for searches of the term LASIK. So as we know, the first step towards getting help is to actually admit you have a problem, and it seems we have people admitting they have a problem. I'm going to switch gears now and talk about the premium IOL space. And for those of you that are competing in this market, raise your hand if you can relate to this picture. It's a bit competitive and it's a little bit crowded. So as we're taking the IC8 lens into the market, we are again taking a deep approach to our rollout as opposed to broad. We're focusing on key accounts in key markets around the world. In clinical study, we found that the small aperture that's within the IC8 IOL, again, provides patients with excellent distance and intermediate vision, as well as good near vision. And we're seeing those results commercially with our accounts that have started. Now, when we start with an account, we're finding that they like to start off slow and with their most difficult patients. Let's see, we've got a patient with no iris and the capsular bag is damaged. I think maybe this would be a good place to start. Or how about bilateral 16-cut RK with debilitating glare? Let's do this. Okay. After we calm down, and all joking aside, what we're finding, and our surgeons are actually amazed, and we're amazed, frankly, is that those really challenged eyes are seeing similar results to what the cataract patients, the normal eyes, were seeing in our clinical research. So we're finding that we get to all ride the rapids with the tough eyes, but surgeons are then moving on to calmer waters with their traditional cataract patients. So when we talk to our surgeons about what they appreciate most about their experience with the IC-8 to date is that it provides them with additional tolerance for a refractive target miss, that the lens is able to accommodate or tolerate up to a diopter and a half of corneal astigmatism, and that because of the small aperture design, it is able to block the stray light from those irregular corneas that can really degrade vision. When we look at what is happening within a practice as it comes to share of their premium IOL usage, we see that practices are converting patients from presbyopia correcting, toric, as well as monofocal IOLs to the IC-8. And something that's been interesting to see as well is that we're starting to believe that the lens may actually be indicated for a segment of the population that we're calling the aberrated cornea. Now, for example, this population of patients in the United States represents 11% of the population, and in 2016 contributed 500,000 of the procedures performed in the United States. So it's a big opportunity. So we're excited about our progress with the IC-8 as we're rolling it out commercially. It's great to see practices shifting share to our technology, as well as surgeons who have never in their career implanted a premium lens deciding to get engaged and use the IC-8. Creating a new category and breaking into a very busy one is difficult. But Amelia Earhart said that the difficult thing is the decision to act, the rest is merely tenacity. Thank you.